Hi everyone, let's do Leetcode 21, merge two sorted lists. So this is a pretty standard interview question where we're given the heads of two sorted linked lists. What we want to do is we want to merge these two lists and still keep the sorted property. We have to reuse the same nodes we have. We cannot copy nodes. And at the end, we want to return the head of the merge linked list. Let's look at the example provided by Leetcode. This is list 1 and this is list 2. And this is the output list. As you can see, the sorted property is maintained, and these colors indicate that this node is the same as this node, so it's not a copy of the node of list 1. Same for this one. The same is valid for the rest as well. Let's see how we can solve this algorithmically. So let's take again these two lists. We want to iterate over each list and compare elements with nodes of the second list, and whichever is smaller in value is gonna be part of our output. So let's look at an example. We want to have one pointer here and one pointer starting here for list 2. So this is list 1, this is list 2. We want to compare which one is smaller. They're both the same, so let's just say we're gonna take node 1 from list 1. But what we can notice is our output has no node. So what we actually need is an initial dummy node. Now dummy is gonna point to our node 1. Now we want to move this pointer, whilst the pointer for list 2 is gonna stay at the same position. So pointer is now here. Again, we want to compare which one is smaller between these two. This node is smaller, so we're gonna add it to our output. Now we're going to move this pointer P. We are again going to compare. We know this node is smaller. We're gonna attach 2 from list 1 and move this pointer again by one position. Now same, we know that 3 is smaller. We're gonna add 3 from list 2. We're gonna move this pointer here. Now they're both the same. Again, let's just say we take the node from list 1. So we're gonna add 4, and now this pointer is gonna be pointing at null, whilst we still have an element to evaluate here. We are lucky enough that there is only one element left, but let's say there were more nodes in this list. We know that these two lists have a property which is they are sorted. So what we could do is, after one of the lists is pointing to null, we have reached the end of the list. We can take the remaining of the other list and simply append it at the end of our output. So in this case, after 4, we could have this whole portion. Time complexity for this solution is big O of n plus m, where n is the size of list 1 and m is the size of list 2. Okay, let's try some code now. The first thing we need is our dummy head, which is going to be an empty list node. I'm going to declare a tail variable which is going to be initialized as our dummy head. Now we need a while loop, which is the one that we're going to use to iterate over the two lists. So we want to iterate as long as both are not at the end of the list. So while list 1 is not null and list 2 is not null, we want to check if the value at list 1 is smaller than the node at list 2. We want to set our tail equal to list 1, and then we want to update our list 1 to go to the next node. We are basically updating the pointer. Else, it means that the node in list 2 is greater than the node in list 1, so we're going to set tail.next as list 2, and then you update list 2. In both cases, we want to update our tail variable, so our tail is actually going to go to the next position. Now that we have exited the while loop, it means that one of these conditions is not true anymore. We could either have one element or like multiple elements still left in one of the lists. So we're going to use an if. So if list 1 is not null, it means that we still have elements to be evaluated which are not in our output. So we're basically just going to set tail.next as the remainder of whatever list 1 pointer is pointing to. Otherwise, it means list 2 is not null and we want to do the same. At the end, we want to return the new head. So in this case, the new head is whatever is dummy head.next. So let's see if this works. As you can see, it does work. Please like and subscribe if you found this video useful. Please also check the other blind 75 questions I've solved. Thank you.